Alright, I didn't start this video until I knew a little bit more about what I was talking about. I had looked at some stuff online. Most of it was not very clear. My little 1025R has been giving me some trouble lately. This actually started probably 3 years ago, and I followed some paths and did what I was told then, and probably should have repaired it then because it made the tractor a little less enjoyable to use. And what we got going on here is our 3-point. So this is the rock shaft. This is the lever that operates your hydraulics for your 3-point and for your mowing deck. So what happened several years back, and I don't know exactly, 4 years ago, the lever got to where it didn't want to stay in place. And so eventually it progressed to it wouldn't stay at all. And here, so I tightened the nut up. That is you got just a little bit of adjustment. Probably should have just fixed it then, but tighten the nut up, fixed the problem for about 3 years, and this year it's got real bad about you hit a bump and it drops. So you'll be packing your tiller behind you trying to make a turn around the end of your plot, and you hit a bump, tiller hits the ground. Well, that's no good. That's not what we want. Nobody wants their tractor to be causing them aggravation. So I have done some research and I have tore into this, but I didn't want to video tearing into it because I didn't know what I was getting into. But now that I know that it's a fixable problem, I'm going to show you. So there's my tools. Here, there, and right here's where I'm working. So this lever right here, right there, you'll see there's a keyway right there. So that lever is where it's at. And I'm going to wire brush this before I put it back on. This caused me a lot of aggravation coming apart. This did not want to separate. The outer one that splines on was a little bit rough to get off, but not bad at all. This one is the problem. And so as you can see, the rust, I used some PB Blaster. So this is what we were taking off. See where the keyway goes? You can see my PB Blaster got in there and penetrated and started loosening up the rust. I took and drove to a screwdriver and a pry bar, started out with small screwdrivers and kept working on both sides. Don't just work on one side. You kick this. You want to move both sides out. So peck a little bit here if you're driving a screwdriver between this and the case. Be careful, gentle, don't tear your case up. And a little bit here. Now, I probably could have took part of the tractor apart and put a puller on this and got it a little bit quicker. But I just honestly didn't think I was going to need to in the beginning, and once I was already there, I didn't. So it might be easier to put you a 2-jaw puller on this to pull it. But once I got it out, there's supposed to be a fiber type washer here, a reinforced washer. So I'm going back. I think the one that's in here is a fiber over metal. I'm going back with a fiber washer. We'll see how this works. This is just a little oil drain plug kit from Dorman. I've worked on cars my whole life, so this is a lifesaver. And this is one I don't use much. It's a 16 millimeter fiber. Looks to me like it's going to work just great for what I want to do. It looks like it'll go over my splines. Obviously, if it had a larger outside diameter, that would be better. And I'm going to grease this when it goes back on too, the splines and stuff, so that this don't rust as easily. So, all right, now I need to start putting it back together. So, right down there is where we're going to be working. Let's walk over here to the trusty cabinet. A little bit of disc brake grease, because I am sure we don't need to be picky about what we're going to put on this. It's not like it even needs to be high temperature disc brake grease. This just happens to be what I came across first. So we'll put a little bit there, and then I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to coat, I don't know if y'all can see, try to get you in here. I'm going to coat the shaft with just a little bit. Don't want it clumped on here. And I'll put a little bit on those splines. And we don't want it clumped. We're just greasing it. Don't get it out there on your threads. Doesn't need to be there. Now, that inner one has a keyway, so you don't have to stress about getting it on wrong. Let's put our grease up. That lid got busted to that one, and if I keep it in the cabinet, it won't get dirty. If I leave it sitting out, it's going to be bad grease. So, let's go right back down in here. Aim my flashlight a little bit. Got a flashlight laying on the tire. We're going to feel around until we find the spline here in a second. Take it back off and look at spline orientation. The spline falls right in the dead middle where the keyway goes. As that spline, but where the keyway goes is right in the dead middle. You'll see we are kicked a little bit forward there. A little bit of trial and error. That should be really close. I'm gonna probably need 2 hands for this. I'll be back. Okay, so this is what I've done. I took and held it in place, and then I took my long screwdriver and started pecking it back in there. Now this is what I get for videoing and not paying attention. My fiber washer's still laying there. So now we're going to put it on. Got my fiber washer on. Don't forget that when you're doing it. My grease made that a whole lot easier. That just came right back off there. Anti-seize would work too. Alright, I've got that on there. Now I need to put my stack washers back on. Now these are, you need to pay attention to your orientation. The way these are made, they are concave. So the domes, let me get you zoomed in. The domes go opposite of each other. And that makes you a tension when it tightens down. So the first stack goes on like that. And then the second stack, we'll do the same thing. Just like that. And they go down there, right on that shaft. You got to make sure as your lever goes back that you're behind your stop. See the stop. There's your stop. And the lever's on the back side of it. Now, see if I can get you in here. Maybe you can watch. Me put the lever on. I don't know. We'll see. The first time I took this off, I took the bolts off to remove the lever, but I don't think it's necessary, so I'm getting ready to try it this way. And it is not. Now, the lever has splines, it's not keyed, so it can go almost infinitely where you want it, but you want to make sure that that lever is all the way forward and you are set up right here at your 0 to 1 mark. Now you can adjust it, fine tune it all the way down with these bolts here. Loosen the bottom one and loosen the top one. The top one has a lot of adjustment in it if you want to fine tune it. I want it not to be bumping that, so I'm going to be right there is where mine's going to be. And then the nut I took off. Okay, well, I thought I laid it there. Well then. Oh, I moved it. Just get down here 2 fingers and reach around and get that started. So now we are started. And what I use, people do a lot of things. I've got a long ratchet. It does not have to be a snap-on. I just like snap-on. And 15 millimeter. And this is a mid-length. Probably could do it for shallow too. My shallow was not where it's supposed to be, so I went with my mid-length. Here's going to be the tell if this all works. And I'll throw my ratchet on the ground. Lost socket too. I got my ratchet socket back. And what we're seeing here is it's splining up and going into place. There we go. Doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's just stiff enough. I'm happy with that. We'll get a little film out in the field. So before I head out to the field, I'm going to show you what our next video is. ordered these. These are my tiller tines blades for my Frontier tiller. So make sure you tune in to get to watch this. And I think we'll call this video here. I'll show you on another video how this works out in the field. We'll try to keep this short, and we'll go from there. Actually, we're getting ready to put the mowing deck on, so I'll show you that it works with the mowing deck on, because it definitely is the same thing. All right, so last thing I got left to do is put this piece of plastic back on. It's got 2 bolts. One here, and I took that other one out forever ago, so I'm gonna see if I can find a suitable replacement for it. And that one is a 13 millimeter. I'll fold your seat back down to do that one because the seat's kind of in the way. Alright, let's put a mowing deck on. Alright guys, just wanted to update you. I didn't take the tractor out in the field because I got into my other projects. So the next video I post will have how it worked and the functioning of it. You'll get to see the tiller in use and so forth. So, and then we'll update you later on with how long this lasts or doesn't last. All right, thank you.